Okay, we're taking a look at a game from PrepTest 50, game number 3. Now this is a game I've had many students over the years ask me about this game. They have tremendous difficulty, and I honestly think it's because it requires quite a bit of work up front more than the normal game. If you take a look at the questions on this game, we have 6 questions total, and 4 of them begin with the word which, and 2 of them begin with the word if. When you have a game where which questions significantly outnumber if questions, it tends to mean there are a lot of deductions that you need to do up front on the game. Deductions on the LSAT come from 2 places: where the rules intersect with each other and where those rules intersect with the sketch. So we're going to have to do some work up front on this game to be able to solve it quickly and effectively. If you didn't make the deductions, absolutely, you could do a very hard slog through this game and eventually you get to the right answer, but I bet it would take you 15 minutes. Instead, let's take a look at these rules, because these rules overlap a lot. Notice we have our years 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. We have our friends, Ramon, Sue, and Taylor. We have the 2 events in our life, grad and car. We set the years up across the top of the sketch. We set the events down the side. We'll have the people going inside the sketch. And then we're told that Ramon graduated some year before Taylor graduated, but then the next rule also mentions Taylor graduating before Taylor buys a car. And then Sue gets a car before Sue graduates, and Ramon and Sue graduated in the same year, and then at least one person graduated in 93. So let's combine these rules. I'm going to combine them down here. That we have R graduating sometime before T graduating. I know T is graduating sometime before T, put that grad in there, before T bought a car. I know that Ramon graduated in the same year that Sarah graduated, that those 2 events are occurring together, and I know that Sarah bought a car before Sarah graduated. We can take these first 4 rules and we can jam them all together. Now, we should also take a minute to note what's missing, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things happening here, but I had 3 friends and 2 life events. Who is missing from all of this? Ramon's car is missing, and you do need to make a note of that, because Ramon's car could be floating up and down wherever it wants to go. We do not yet know where Ramon's car is going, but we do have all the graduates in there. And we also know that someone for sure graduated in 93. So think about the implications of that, because, well, T could have graduated in 93, or R and S could have graduated together in 93. It's definitely one or the other. Now at that point you can say, okay, well that's cool. But what the smart test taker is going to do is, when the LSAT reaches this divide in the road, you should take the time to develop both options. This is very powerful. The test makers know this is very powerful. So I'm going to do one sketch where R and S are graduating in 93, and I'm going to do another sketch where T is graduating in 93. So let's take a look at the RS one first. When I have R graduating in 93, well, the next 2 years are filled up. I know that T graduated in 94, and then I know that T bought a car in 95. It has to go that way. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I only have 3 spots. What does that leave? It leaves S's car. Do I know if S goes in 91 or 92? No, I don't. You could leave it blank, or you could just put a little S question mark, S question mark. One of them's going there. Whatever makes the most sense to you. We can go down to this second one, and remember, Ramon's car is still missing from all this. We have no idea where Ramon's car is. Here we have T graduating in 93, which means R and S would have graduated in 92, which means S would have definitively bought her car in 91, which means T's car, in this case, I don't know if it's going in 94 or 95. And remember, it doesn't say we have to have an event every single year. It just says within a 5-year period. So some of these years, they're going to be blank things. Maybe nothing happens in that year. We have no idea. All right. And again, Ramon's car. If you want to write it off to the side, Ramon's car, I don't know where Ramon's car is. And there's just no way of knowing. You can start with this, or you can start with this, or you can start with nothing. It's honestly your choice, but you're better off doing the work up front. So let's take a look at question number 12. We're looking for an accurate matching of each friend and the year in which he or she graduated. Well, I know Ramon and Sue are either 92 and 93, and they're together. So, answer choice A, having them both in 91, not a possibility. Answer choice B, however, could Ramon and Sue have graduated together in 92 and Taylor graduated in 1993? Yeah, that seems like that could happen. And we're done. 12 is B. That's the advantage of doing the work up front. We already have the answer on the page. Question 13, which of the following could have taken place in 95? Well, there's our 95s, and we know that Taylor could have bought a car in 95, but unfortunately, Taylor buying a car is not an answer. So what's our only other could be? Ramon's car. Remember, Ramon's car has not been accounted for, so we take a look at answer choice B. Question 13, also B. On to question 14. Which of the following must be false? Again, if we didn't have the work done up front, we might have to test things. So A, 2 of the friends bought their first car in 91. Is it possible for 2 people to buy their car in 91? Sure. S and R could have bought the car. We have S here for sure. R is floating around. There could have been, so it doesn't have to be false. Could we have 2 people buy their first car in 92? Well, here's S as a possibility in 92. R could have joined her in 92. We could have had 2 people buying cars in 92. Could we have 2 people buy their first car in 93? Now take a look. Cars for 93 is blank in this sketch. Cars for 93 is blank in that sketch. The only person who could have joined it would have been R. We could have had 1 person buying a car in 93, but we can't possibly have had 2 people. And question 14, answer must be C. On to question 15. We're looking for a must be true here. So something that's true in both of these sketches. Can't just be true in one of them. We take a look at A. None of the friends graduated in 91. Yep. Nobody graduated in 91. You're done. Sometimes it's A. Don't overthink it. You can certainly go and check all the other answers if you like. I'll do that now just to show you, but you have to have the confidence on test day. If it turns out to be A, it's A, and you have to move on to the next question. B, none of the friends graduated in 92. That does not need to be true because R and S could have graduated in 92. None of the 3 friends bought her first car in 93. Ramon could have bought the first car in 93. None of the friends graduated in 94. Taylor could have graduated in 94. None of the friends bought his or her first car in 95. Taylor could have bought his first car in 95, and R could have bought his first car in 95. But going back to A, none of the friends graduated in 91 is 100% true because we know the graduation dates were either 92, 93, or 93, 94. But nobody graduated in 91. On to 16. And in 16, we have our first if question. And it says, if Taylor graduated in the same year that Ramon bought his first car, then each following could be true except. All right. So if we're having Taylor graduate in the same year Ramon bought the car. And I'm just going to, we're almost at the end, so I'm just going to use the sketch we have here. There could be an R here, or remember there could be an R here. Ramon and Taylor, we'll just put them in for this question. Could be true except. So, question 16, could it be true that Sue bought her car in 91? Well, we know that that absolutely could be true. We're looking for the except here. Ramon graduated in 92, possibility. I've got it right here. Taylor graduated in 93, possibility. Here's Taylor graduated in 93. Taylor bought his first car in 94. Here's Taylor maybe buying his first car in 94. Ramon bought his first car in 95. Well, if Ramon is buying his first car the same year that Taylor graduated, then Ramon is buying his first car in either 93 or 94. But definitely Taylor did not graduate in 95, and therefore Ramon can't have bought the first car. And 16, turns out that it's E. And I'm just going to get rid of that R because it's not really a part of the sketch. On to 17, if Sue graduated in 93, which means we're in this top sketch, and we're looking for something that must be true in this top sketch. So take a look. If we're in this sketch, Ramon's car is a could be true. Sue's car is a could be true. But Taylor graduating in 94, that's a must be true. Taylor buying his first car in 95, that's a must be true. And answer choice E says exactly that. Taylor bought his first car in 95. That whole game you can do up front, and you saw how fast it was if you take a second up front to combine the rules, and then once you've combined the rules, think about how the rules interact with your sketch. If you didn't do the work up front, notice that 2 of these answers were E's. I mean, that might end up taking a lot of work. And we also had a couple of B's and C's. For a B answer, you could have ended up making 2 sketches. And another B, 2 sketches. C, 3 sketches. We're already up to 7 sketches. 15 turned out to be A, that's only 1 sketch. 8 sketches. And these 2, you would have made sketches for A, B, C, and D. We're up to 16 sketches. Or you make 2 sketches up front. The choice is yours, but you know taking a minute up front to do the work, to combine the rules, to see how it interacts with the sketch. This is a very learnable skill. It's a very teachable skill. It's a very learnable skill. But that's why you want to prep for your test. All right, hope that helps. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments or drop me an email. Have a good one.